Hey everybody, Unstable Gamer here, and welcome back to Marvel Future Revolution. In this video, we have the date. We know when the patch is going to be and all the content that we had talked about. It is on the 29th. It's a week away. We have a lot to discuss on how best to prepare for that content and magic. But first, before we jump into that, if you're just now finding this channel and you want to stay up to date with everything Marvel Future Revolution, consider hitting that subscribe button so you don't miss out. All right, and welcome back. All right, let's just dive right into this. So we just saw that all the new content that we discussed in the developer note, number one, this right here, that's going to be coming out next week on the 29th. And if you haven't seen that, we're not going to run through all of this, but if you haven't seen that video, I'll go ahead and link it up right over here so you can check it out, or you can go to this page and you can go ahead and peruse and take a look at everything that's coming. But we have a lot of stuff coming. We have a new region coming. We have a level cap increase. But with this, now that we know this is on the 29th, this puts into perspective when we're going to see this new Epic Invasion mode, because this is coming 2 weeks after the new update. So mid-October, we are going to be having this new game mode, this new Epic Invasion. Now, that means we have 2 weeks to prepare for Epic Invasion. So what do we need to do? What should we be doing right now to prepare for that, the new content that we have coming up, and what should we be doing to prepare for Magic? We don't know when Magic, right here, we don't know when Magic is going to enter the game. I'm guessing we're probably going to see sometime before the end of the year. We know that already, but since we got all this content coming out, it could be maybe next month. It could be maybe November. Nothing's been said about that yet. So I guess we'll kind of just wait and see what happens. But we definitely want to prepare for her as well. So now we're going to go ahead and jump in the game. I'm going to show you some things that I'm doing to prepare for all this content and for Magic, because I'm really excited. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So let's go ahead and jump over to the game. All right, and welcome back. Okay, so we have some very simple things to talk about and things that you may want to do in order to prepare for the new content that's coming up next week, and then the Epic Invasion that's coming 2 weeks after that, and then also preparing for Magic. There's some very easy things to do, so we're going to go ahead and jump through that right now. So first, between now and next week, you definitely want to make sure you complete the storyline and get your first level 100. If you haven't done that yet, definitely focus on that. Don't worry about alts so much, because you want to make sure that you are ready for that content when it hits the game next week. One other thing also to make sure that you hoard on, I'm going to talk about hoarding all sorts of materials. Make sure you save a bunch of gold, because when that level cap increases, we don't know if we're going to see a skill cap increase, but that skills increase right now to get up to level 15 is very expensive. It's over 100K in order to go ahead and level that up. So we don't know if we're going to see a skills cap increase. We know we're going to see that level cap increase, so we'll see kind of what happens after that. Hopefully, honestly, hopefully not. But then again, when new regions come into the game, we got those 2 new regions coming into the game, that the enemies are going to be more difficult, so we're going to need to be able to dish out more damage. We're also may see some new region gear coming into the game. So we're going to talk about hoarding some materials for that as well. But when it comes to this, make sure you get your level 100. Make sure you finish the storyline. Get the best badges that you can. Get up to Blitz so that you can regularly complete the Maestro Blitz on a daily basis all the way up until next week if you haven't already. Get the Maestro badges. Get the best cores that you can get. Get the best gear you can get. It's, again, very simple stuff. Make sure you get everything maxed out. Your Omega cards. And if you can't get it maxed out, at least get to a point to where you've got them as high level as you can, as high enhanced as you can for your gear, so that you're ready for the new areas in the new region and the new story that's coming next week. All right, so that's all easy stuff right there. Let's also talk about what we're going to hoard. So if I go into my squad storage right here, things that I've started to hoard. When it comes to Magic, Magic's a new hero coming into the game. What I'm expecting from Magic is we're probably going to get an additional slot for characters, because I don't know why they would give us 8 characters, launch a new character, and not give us a 9th slot. So I'm expecting a 9th slot, but we're probably going to have to pay for it. Now, the slots previously to this were 400 gems. I'm expecting it to be the same, the 400 crystals, but we'll see. Be prepared maybe to pay a little bit more. I don't know, but we'll find out. But be prepared to unlock that 9th slot. If they don't have a 9th slot, I think that's going to go bad. I think there's going to be some very bad feedback on that. So I'm expecting that 9th slot. So when that new character comes into the game, obviously you got to start her off at the beginning. You're going to be going through the storyline. You're going to be doing all the missions, blah, blah, blah. You're going to be doing all that stuff. One thing that you're doing as you're getting through these missions, just like you would with anybody else, is you're collecting gear. what I decided to do is save all of these boxes that will give me gear and cores, so that when Magic comes into the game, I have all of this. I'm going to flood our inventory. Look, I got 31 of these right here that gives me anywhere from a 1 to a 3 star, right? That'll be a fun opening, right? Anyway, so I've got all of that. Stop that. Stop it. All right, so I've got all of these boxes. I said cancel. I've got all these boxes and everything for cores and for gear. I'm going to flood Magic's inventory with it, and then I'm going to open up all of it so that I have a wider variety of Magic-specific gear. I have a wider variety of cores that I can use right off the bat whenever I start getting those badges that need cores. And then maybe by the time by the time I've opened everything, then maybe I have a decent non-regional set that I want, that I can start enhancing really, really early on and really get a jump start on her progression. So that's why I wanted to save all of that stuff. Also in here, I'm saving all of my badges. I started doing this early on, actually. So anything that's a 5 or 6 star, I'm saving. That way I can just interchangeably, once Magic hits level 20, boom, I've got the best badges I can, level 20, burn through the level 20 blitz as quickly as possible and as many times as possible. Then when I hit 30, I'll swap those out for 30 badges, so on and so forth. So you can easily get her ready and just burn through a lot of the content really quick. I've started saving 4-star badges for Maestro specifically, and that's for all of my characters. But that will help there. I've got cores. I've started saving these cores here as well. And then I don't have any gear over there. Gear is interchangeable between characters, so we're going to have a healthy supply of gear to help enhance Magic's gear. But with all those boxes and everything and all that on opening, it's going to again give me Magic-specific gear, and then I'll be able to pick and choose the gear that I want based on what's going to enhance the skill that I use the most and what stat I want based on what we find her kit is. Maybe it's attack, maybe it's crit, maybe it's dodge. Who knows? We don't know what she looks like yet. So I'm really preparing for that right now. All right, other than that, with the new regions that are coming into the game as well, I'm expecting new region gear. It makes sense to me. So I'm starting to save all of my, now that I've got my full Xander set for my main, I'm working on getting 2 more pieces up to a 6-star, so that set will be complete. I'm saving as much crafting material for the workshop that I can, so that once Magic does come into the game and I figure out which region gear that I want, then I can start crafting that gear. But also the gear that is coming from those new regions, hopefully, again, it makes sense that we're going to see new regional gear. Maybe that's the gear that we want for Magic. We don't know. And if that's the case, then we definitely want to make sure that we're ready so we can start farming those regions, so we can get those materials, so we can craft that gear. So definitely start saving those kinds of stuff, which means you want to save your sin particles. I just started this. Now that I've finished my Xander set for my main, I'm going to be doing my Spec Ops every day like I do, and saving those sin particles so I can save those up for the crafting. And even if you're not interested in Magic, it's a good idea to save that so you can do your crafting of the new regional gear that's coming into the game. Again, that's just my thought as far as new regional coming into the game. Nothing, I don't think there's anything that's been spelled out about that. That's just my thought. And if we don't get new region gear, then it doesn't hurt anything. You're just a week behind on crafting, and then you could just do a bunch of crafting all at the same time. So just something I thought of that I think would definitely benefit people. Definitely, again, you want to make sure to hoard as much gold as you can, because it's going to be expensive getting her skills leveled up, or if we see a skill cap increase, leveling those skills up as well. Now, I do know, so there's another content creator who was talking about something similar as well. Wolverthor, if you haven't seen his channel, check him out. He's got a lot of good information as well. But he was talking about in the store here, and if we go to tokens and the special tokens, right here, the Omega points. So as you're doing Omega War, you're gaining points. You're using those points towards this right here. So you're going to get 4-star boxes, 5-star boxes. Are we going to see 6-star boxes? Are we going to see the new region in these this region selection box here? So this may be something that you keep in mind, and maybe you want to hoard these points just to see what these stores might look like, because I think we're going to see some new stuff coming into the stores as well. So I thought that was a good point that Wolverthor made. So there you go. That's those are my thoughts and what I'm doing to prepare for the new content coming into the game. And this stuff, this epic invasion coming up and this new blitz that's coming up is probably going to need us to complete those new regions, get the best gear that we can, and then go in there, because that's going to be end game content. It's going to be the hardest stuff in the game that we have, harder than anything that we currently have in the game from what the developers are telling us. All right, everybody, that's what I had for you. Very curious on your thoughts and what tips you have for preparing for the new content, the new game mode, the new character coming into the game. Definitely let us know so that everybody can benefit. All right, everybody, that's what I had for you. As always, I want to thank you all for taking the time to watch the video. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button and share your thoughts and questions in the comment section below. Take care, everybody, and we'll talk to you next time.